high school was like? Well, I remember my first day of freshman year like it was just yesterday. I had gotten up early, which back in high school was very rare. I did my makeup, I put my outfit together, and I was feeling confident, you know? I thought I looked good, and so I felt good. We finally pulled up at the front of the steps, and as I was walking up the steps, I remember thinking, yes, this is going to be great. Until I saw how many people there were, and then of course my initial reaction, stop in the middle of the quad where everyone was trying to get to class and block all traffic. I was this little ant in this huge ant farm they called high school. Yeah, I couldn't wait to be a sophomore, or so I thought. Freshman year flew by in the blink of an eye, and thankfully, I managed to make it through the rest of that year without blocking any more traffic. Soon enough, just like I hoped, sophomore year was here. So now that my school friends and I were sophomores, hence no longer being at the bottom of the food chain, we decided that we were too cool to eat outside for lunch because we ate outside when we were freshmen. We decided to start eating lunch in our teacher's, Mr. Meyer's classroom every day. I distinctly remember one day while we were eating lunch in Mr. Meyer's classroom, I had walked in later than usual because I was caught up in the class that I had right before lunch. I walked up to my friends that were talking in a circle, but as I approached them, something strange happened. They stopped whatever conversation they had and quickly switched the topic. Whoa, I thought to myself. I was thoroughly confused. I could feel my heart sink to my stomach, and my face started to feel all tingly and warm. My mind started to go into panic mode, and I couldn't decipher what I had done wrong. Do you remember what it was like to be in high school, feeling like all your friends are all in on this big secret, but they just won't tell you? It's the worst. And I was a sophomore now, so in my mind, things were supposed to be better. I worked up enough courage to ask my good friend, let's call her Erica, and I asked Erica what they were talking about. I was nervous. She told me they weren't talking about me, but they were, however, talking about a party they were planning to go to, and they didn't want to talk about it around me. Okay, well that's great, right? Being excluded in high school is always fun. They didn't want to invite me to the party. I was hurt. But maybe it was for my own good. I mean, high school parties meant a lot of things I was uncomfortable with, like the drinking, the getting high, and the possibility of seeing random makeout sessions. And before I go on, let's get one thing out of the way. I could be a pretty awkward person back when I was in high school. And I'd assume that awkward and drinking wouldn't mix too well together. And to be honest, I am a teenager. Yeah, do you remember being a teenager? teenagers aren't exactly the best at making decisions. Okay, have you heard of the Tide Pod Challenge? Teens are daring other teens to eat detergent. And that's a decision they make while sober. Now, mixing that kind of mentality with alcohol or drugs, that's a deadly mix. It's a fact. Teenagers do not make good decisions. Just look at these news headlines. It's scary. What helps me make good decisions is my faith. My faith teaches me that I should stay away from something that I might regret or that could possibly ruin my relationship with God. Okay, what if I went to those parties? What if I decided to drink and make a lot of bad decisions? I felt like that could have potentially jeopardized my relationship with God. He's always there for me. He's never asleep or too tired to listen, and he's never too busy. So I never felt like anything was ever worth the risk of losing that relationship with him. Throughout high school, I became known as the church girl. Was it a little weird? Sure. Did people make fun of me? Probably. But it was my way of wearing my faith and my heart on my sleeve. I chose spending time with him over hanging out with my school friends all the time. So much so that my senior quote was, "Sorry, I can't. I have church." And that's what kept me from making bad decisions. Well, I'm in college now. I'm working on my Bachelor of Science degree as a biology major, and I hope to one day become a healthcare professional. Do I regret missing some of those parties? No, not so much. I'm very thankful because I didn't lose my friends from high school. Yes, I still have friends. But what I'm most thankful for is not having to regret any bad decisions because of my faith. Thank you.